It's your boy Cody Mack and Hell Man. What's the word, TV? I got a very special guest today. I got the boy Valee.
Yo, yo.
All right.
What's
So I've
up,
been,
man?
so I've been waiting on this interview for a year now. Been telling everybody in the crib like, yo, there's something about this kid Valee, man. He sounds special. Ever since I heard the Shell joint and the VTM, that started off my day like this. That's one of my favorite
Yeah,
tracks to ride to.
yeah.
So Valee, man, tell everybody that don't know you, who are you?
Uh, this artist, guy from Chicago, South Side of Chicago. Um, Started doing music like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and putting it out about 2 years ago on some change.
Okay. So what made you get into music?
Uh, the place I moved to when I first moved back out, when I moved out, my first crib, I was bored, so I was supposed to be going to get a game system, and went to Guitar Center instead and bought all the right equipment. And yeah, said I was gonna try to make beats like what I hear on the radio or my mixtapes. So, but because I like to drive. Uh, I like cars and shit like that. So every time I get in the car, I had to download the new mixtapes or whatnot. And I wasn't even making beats or nothing then. I had stopped. I was doing music in high school, but then stopped when I think my computer fucked up. So that was like a 5, 6 year break. And then as soon as I moved out, it was the crib that made me go get some shit to do in the house. And it was the music. So for like 3 years, I'm working with my head down in the crib. And then I guess the music getting so good, people like Rio Mac, telling me, man, well, shit, you got to put out something. What you making music for? Like, you right. So, we just started slipping out. Time Money, Benjamin, a song. That was like the first song.
So the track that everybody is just now, I want to say picking up, but I originally saw like, yo, this shit is a hit. Is the Shell joint, but you produced that yourself. Like, how did that come about?
Uh, I used to, well, still do, like dig or I get the moments where I want to be creative or try to make a beat or something I could rap to. If ain't nobody sent me nothing that I like yet, instead of waiting on them, I'm all right. Let me try to make something. And then this day, I think I had made that beat in like 11, 12 minutes, and then had something to it. Recorded myself, emailed it to myself, and I knew it was gonna be good. Actually, a couple years ago, me and Twan, we in Miami, and we was there to shoot "Won't" in 2 days. And I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, I got this song. It's crazy. I don't know when we gonna shoot it, but or when it's gonna come out. But it's dope. It's different. And that was that song.
Okay. So what's the from from that track? What's like the best success you can get from like the best feedback you can get from that track?
From Shell.
Yeah.
Uh, just everybody liking it for its originality, from labels to you name it. Everybody liked the song. And while I might feel like it's old or been out or whatever, especially because I made it, I gotta keep remembering it's brand new to a lot of ears every day. So, um, yeah.
Now you just mentioned labels. I saw something that said that you've been in the talks with Good Music. Like, what's the talks about that? I know you hear that ask that question a lot, so I gotta ask the question. So what's been going on with that?
Well, just talking to them, they seem like one of the best, people to work with, um, as far as who's over there already, and um, don't have to worry about nobody coming into my lane. I'll be the only person over there in my lane. So, just seeing if everything could go right, I would love to do some music with them. As far as they machine and um, just getting stuff to the next level, a bigger platform. Because for all this time, I have worked like by myself and my close producers and my team of people, that we got here. So if they want to reach out, I would do something, a project with them, see how it goes. You know.
I just want to say this. It's like it seems like you real humble about your music. Do you and your team like know what y'all got right now?
Uh, yeah, probably in the most humble way, but over all the time, uh, we kind of mild down a little bit because you work so hard. You end up not really expecting nothing because you don't ever want to get your hopes up. So it's been a lot of people reaching out over the time, and then when stuff finally start picking up, it takes a while to like grow on you. You know, like I had talked to Kanye for like 25 minutes, and then it wasn't until 4 or 5 days later that I'm starting to feel it. Like, oh, that's a pretty big deal. Because he had time to talk to little old me, but this shit taking 4 or 5 days for me to feel that feeling. The day of, and until then, you felt like my uncle or somebody, because it be the working so hard thing. You end up lost in working hard.
I don't know. I definitely respect that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the same way for me as far as on this media journalist grind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a conversation with Kanye. You wait 5 days to let that sink in. Like,
Yeah, it was steady sinking in all this time. I'm like, every day a little more and more I would think about it, and that fourth, fifth day it hit me. Then I'm like, yeah, that is a fucking big deal. That's pretty big. But it's
that's
just crazy.
that's dope, man. That's dope, man. So I'm liking the vibe way of thinking. I can kind of see why people are drawn to your music and your talent.
Mm-hmm.
The boy Chase the Money. I spent some time out with him in Atlanta, and when I chopped it up with him and did the interview with him, he was saying that you his favorite artist to work with. He said you just like he say and his quote him. He say bro just weird.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
say bro weird, but he say he's like you make music with your mouth and like you an instrument and like it just go
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So we also had a conversation about y'all being the next best producer rapper combo, like a Future and Metro. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've had thoughts like that because of the type of production he makes. It's like a folder for me almost, where he knows what to send me, or I could just catch it, easier, or it would sound like a lot of his stuff sound like what Metro and them haven't made yet, type shit, if that's okay to say. And then when I hear it, it just sounds fresh and new. Like I could do some shit to this, and it can come out next year or the year after and sound fresh, like of that year. So, but he works real hard. So I'm just real loyal to my producers. I got Chase the Money, I got Real Mac, Zeta Savage, Ty Made It, and myself. Yeah, that's about all the producers. And Cardo got Wings.
Okay.
He shows a lot of love, definitely. That's the big homie.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you about this track because I was actually here when Chance them debuted the Merry Christmas Little Mama too.
Mm.
So the whole joint, the track with you and Jeremiah, Are You Live? Like, how did that come about?
I was in the studio with Jay one day, uh, and we had put some ideas on a couple other songs or beats already. And so, it'd be nearing that time. We finna decide if we finna stay or leave. And I sent him, Chase the Money had sent me a folder of beats, like 4 beats that morning. And I just forwarded them to Jay. And so he could play them. And he kept playing back that one out of the 4. And then eventually I ended up going in there and I freestyled the hook. And we had these girls there because they end up repeating after the hook. And then a reason I like working with Jay is because we in the studio recording at the same time. He in one room, I'm in another room. and we had never went over this shit. But when it came time to record, that was our second take. What you hear in the first verse, that's our second take, and we just in there we know when to rap, when not to rap. That was fun.
So how was it working with Chance on that joint?
Well, Chance came on it later. You
Okay.
know, I did the song with Jay, and you know, he just sat on it in his folder, and I sat on it, and then they asked or said him and Chance wanted to use it for their Christmas album, and then you know, it's music.
It's a dope track.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
dope track.
music. It helps. I like both of them, so that was dope. And so we may or may not put out a video, or and I just look forward to more working. You know.
Because it seemed like to me like this is like everything you doing just every day, like it's just common to you. What's that moment that you looking for? Like you know what, it's gonna make you say, you know what, I made it. Like I made it in the industry.
Well, beyond that, I want to act.
Okay.
So I don't know. Uh, I really don't be setting no. It's like I see where I want to be or whatnot, but I don't know how to set the expectations like that. I just know it'll come. But like even in doing music before getting all the exposure or the little exposure I have now, it was times where you feel like you made it based off the music that you just made. It could be a song I made and it sounds so damn good. Like I know I made it, but I just need more ears to hear this. And that shit could take 3 years.
Kind of like how the situation is with me.
How it is.
Yeah.
And when I made Shell, I always use the reference like I think McConan made Up on a Tuesday, but that shit was out. He put that song out and it didn't pop, or he didn't become known as McConan for that for another 2 years. So I always gave that's the only expectation or thing I said. I said you can do a song, it's gonna take 2 damn years. It could take 2 years.
Okay.
And Shell took like a year and 8 months or something like this. It was perfect. It was right around the same time.
Yeah, I was riding the shell last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and still now new to a lot of people, Shell.
Okay.
Hmm.
So do you think that has anything to do with like politics and music? Like, and you're Chicago, you from Chicago. Like, it's a lot of Chicago politics when it comes to artists and music. Like, what's your take on that? And you think that affect music into certain ears?
Mm-mm. I don't think about none of that. Cause it's music. Everybody want to hear music, no matter how old you are. So you make good music, and none of that other stuff matters. That's how I think. Cause that's just how I think. And then the moment I began thinking about the politics and the what ifs and can I do this? Cause I think my music will start becoming harder to make. But if I just focus on what's the beginning thing, I want to make music. That's all that matters. Yeah. The politics and all, like Zach TV, when he talked to me and did an interview with me, he said, "Man, you are like the only artist I talk to. This gang over here, this gang over here. I'm out west, I'm up north, I'm on diversity, and everybody likes you, and they don't fucking like each other." And shit, I hope it's because I just focus on making the music. And that was good to know. I'm like, shit, I can go there, here, here. All these people like me, but they don't like each other.